Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm having a look at the Tomb Raider 2013 reboot, which was just shadow dropped for the Switch and the Switch 2. And this is one of my absolute favorite games ever, so I thought, well, it's finally available on Switch. I've been waiting years for this, and obviously I have to do a video on that, and I hope you're just as excited as I am, because this is one of the absolute greatest games of all time. This game is what rebooted the Tomb Raider franchise from more of a puzzle-oriented game into a bit of a puzzle and action thing. And if you've never played this game before, I can thoroughly recommend it. You really should. Well, actually, you have to pick it up. And if you have played it before, then now it's portable on your Switch, and it is just great. So one of the best parts, maybe the best part about the Tomb Raider reboot here is the location, because a lot of thought was put into this to how can we have a location where we can do World War II stuff, we can do ancient temples, and we can do woman versus nature stuff. And what they ended up with is the island of Yamatai here, which had old Japanese temples on them where you can go tomb raiding, exploring. And it has World War II installations as well, so you can, delve into that stuff as well. And there's just so many things to do, and the variety is actually staggering, in my opinion. So much thought went into this, and the story in the background nicely ties everything together very, very beautifully, I think. And a lot of modern games could really, learn a thing or two from this. When this game first came out in 2013, I was initially a little bit disappointed because I didn't think there was enough puzzles in this reboot here. And that is still the case. There are tombs in here, and there are certain challenge tombs which are supposedly a little bit more difficult, but really none of them put up much of a challenge. The later two games in the trilogy here, they actually upped the puzzles a little bit, but still number one here is definitely the best. So let's have a look at the actual game here, and it's actually quite a bloody game. It's about a coming age for Lara Croft here, and she dies a few terrible ways, and of course not just her, but also countless henchmen and goons. But the death scenes I remember from back when this game came out were pretty gory for some people, and there's also not really a rape scene, but something that people thought could have turned into one. So anyway, lots of blood and action in this game here, and the combat is really smooth. It's still some of the best combat available, in my opinion, on any platform, in any game, and this thing is almost 15 years old. In the beginning of the game, Lara isn't particularly strong, as he doesn't have many weapons, so stealth is a better approach for most of the encounters, especially if you play on a higher difficulty. But as you progress to the game, Lara becomes much more accomplished, and really, in the end, she's something like a predator, so she can just pretty much take out anyone. There's lots of surprises in the combat. Don't ever think that you got everything nailed down, because anything can happen, and the game totally upends the tables on you, and that's great. I love that. As mentioned further on in the game, once you get assault rifles, shotguns, and rocket launchers and all sorts of stuff, Lara is pretty much unstoppable, and it actually makes the game even more fun to play, I think. There are some bosses here and there, but overall the combat really isn't that difficult in this game here, unless you play on the absolute hardest difficulty. So leaving the combat aside here, the puzzles are well constructed, and they're not just confined to here's a puzzle and that's it, as most of them have actually to do with progress to the game, and a lot of them relies on what you can see here, which is fire, which at the moment was very interesting, and a mechanic that I personally hadn't seen in other games before. It works really well in changing the environment into something that you can actually progress through by changing stuff using fire, setting stuff on fire, and it works really well. There's lots of other puzzles with, you know, water and weight and light and wind and all sorts of stuff. But fire plays a big role. And some of the challenge tombs, the more difficult tombs in the game, relies a lot on this mechanic here, where you have to actually, you know, bring fire from one place to another through all sorts of weird mechanics, really. And it works extremely well. But to get back to the best part about this game is how you can seamlessly go from, you know, ancient Japan and straight into World War II, 1940s era. And it just, like I said earlier, it just works so well. The island here, Yamata, is really alive, and you're running through the forest, you're, you know, shooting animals and, of course, enemies. And it just all comes together in what is still one of the best experiences available on any platform in any game, if you ask me. Tomb Raider 2013 is an absolute classic, and the fact that you can now play it on your Switch just makes this game even better. And that's, you know, already a hard one to top, because this game is already absolutely excellent. You can see how it still holds up today. Most of the mechanics, other games have pretty much stolen from Tomb Raider, and they still work very well today. The island is so diverse, and it allows for so many vistas and beautiful set pieces. And you know, age may be showing a little bit here, but you know, back in the day, this was absolutely crazy, amazing stuff. And it still looks really good. And at 60 frames per second on the Switch too, this is great. You are missing out on some of the fancier effects from PS4, like the actual, you know, hair, and there's like some shadow inconsistencies. But other than that, the game looks excellent, and it runs at 60 frames per second, like I said. And in the end, I just want to, you know, point out two sequences here, which is some of my favorite in any game. For example, this one here, where Lara has to actually climb a, you know, transmission tower to send out an SOS. And for someone with vertigo, this is not something you want to play, especially with VR glasses, because this is some hairy stuff that still packs a punch to this day, and it's still one of my favorite sections. There is another section, and all these reboots here, they have some sort of animal encounter. And the first one here, Tomb Raider 2013, is a wolf hunt. And this sequence here is excellent. You're chasing a wolf in the dark, and it's just absolutely great. It's one of my favorites, like I said. So Tomb Raider 2013 reboot is available on Switch and Switch 2 right now. And if you don't have the game, or if you've only played it 10 years ago, I highly recommend that you purchase it. It's cheap, and you give this game another go, because it's excellent.